Hey guys, welcome back. It is your host, Hebot. Welcome to another episode, hopefully an exciting one, of Toys in My Closet. And today I have a very special review for you guys, an overlook of some brand new figures that have been out for a little while, but still fairly new. They came out in late January. And this is none other than the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection crossover with Street Fighter. And the idea behind these figures are, obviously, as self-explanatory as it is crossing over certain Power Rangers with certain Street Fighter characters into one character. Now, the thing is here that this is wave 2. And the first wave were actual characters that were created for the video game that has come out, which is a fighting game for Power Rangers. And they actually created it in that game and incorporated it into the game with a White Ranger that is a crossover with Ryu, and then also a Chun-Li that is a crossover with Blue Ranger. So, as you see here, we have a crossover of none other than Cammy with the Green Ranger and Ken Masters with the Red Ranger. And these are not in the game. This was not created by the game's creator. This was actually in-house from the Hasbro team that takes care of the Power Rangers line, where they decided to do something or extend the line by continuing to be creative and make more characters. That made sense. And I think it's pretty cool, and I think these figures actually came out way better than people expected them to, and way better than people are giving them credit, because they're actually saying they're not as good as the first characters. And to a certain extent, I can agree and I understand. But the reality is, those were characters that were already created for the game. And I think the drawback where the negativity is coming in for these are because they weren't created for the game, and this was actually coming out of Hasbro and their team that creates Power Ranger toys directly from them. And I think that's really where the hesitation is coming from, which I think is a little silly, because if they're trying to give us more figures, yes, they are making more money, I get it, but at the same time, if they're showing the love and care with the figures they bring out, then I think they're showing you that they're not just trying to sell you a product to make money. They're selling you a product because they're trying to show you they also care for you, the consumer, and want to give you more variations and more options. And you can see that these are in the new enclosed window box, or box close. And here's Cammy, a portrait of the figure, and the one from the video game. You see that her name is morphed Cammy into the Stinging Crane Ranger. So that's the name, the Stinging Crane Ranger. You see on the top it says Power Rangers with the Street Fighter Lightning Collection. Then on the side got a beautiful animated artwork of the Cammy character, the Stinging Crane Ranger. And on the other side, just a picture of her in the video game, Street Fighter V. Now, here is a promotional shot of the figure. And then you have here what she comes with. The special effects, the stand, interchangeable hands. Simple, but pretty cool. And then the name in the bottom and legalese. So, on the top, it doesn't really have anything. And then warning in the corner. Same thing with over here, the Ken Masters. Nice product shot of the figure with the flaming effect going down, with the background also of their individual boards in the game. As you see, that's Cammy's level in Street Fighter. Then a shot of the game model of Street Fighter V of Ken. And then on this side, a beautiful animated, as you can see there, artwork of him from the artist. And then on this side, a picture of Ken. And then, of course, the product shot with him there and what he comes with. And as you can see, the effects, and then the stand. And his name is the Morph Ken, the Soaring Falcon Ranger. So he's named the Soaring Falcon Ranger. So for you Minton card collectors, you'll be happy to know that they're continuing with the same aesthetics in the packaging so thus far with Wave 2. So, guys, I say sit back, relax, enjoy a digital drink, and hopefully you'll join me for the rest of this review and unboxing and see what I have to say and think about the figures and see if you enjoy my thoughts on them and what they have to offer with my own opinions. So, sit back, like I said, and I'll see you in a blink of an eye. Alright guys, here we are. We're back and we have the two figures out of box, of course. So, let's take a quick look at the Cammy and Green Ranger crossover. We'll start off with her. And immediately you can identify that is Green Ranger and that is Cammy because of the beret and obviously the wonderful ponytails in the back that only Cammy can sport so elegantly. Then you see the armor here on the top. This looks like a Phoenix armor. Then you have the wonderful blue underdress, undergarment, whatever, under roll. Then you have this green gauntlet armor from the elbow, but it's a side piece onto the forearm and into her hands that look almost like a robotic, hand in itself. And on the other side, you see it's a fist. And you have the green going down with the nice, what's supposed to be the morpher on the belt with the nice black and the gold with the highlights of red. Then you have the continuation of the bodysuit, what looks to be the bodysuit, underneath her with that light baby blue. But you notice it has like these highlights of like lightning or camouflage painted over him, because this is what Cammy's tattoos look like on her skin. And then it goes down into the boots with the nice highlights there and detailed, looking baby blue as well, but lighter sky blue, I guess, with nice little amounts of detail. And then in the bottom there's no detail. Then the back you see the green with the buttocks detail, which looks really cool. And you can tell by her proportions that she's very Cammy-like, very female-like. And she looks nice. She looks great. You also see here the white over and with the baby blue over the black visor with the silver mouth piece, and then the little emerald and black right in the middle underneath the beret. So that is for the Cammy with the Green Ranger crossover. Now we'll look at the Red Ranger with the Ken Masters crossover. And again, you see immediately the Red Ranger's helmet has a nice gold on the top with the wide eyes, black visor with all this gold trimming around it. Then the silver mouthpiece with a black, what appears to be a goatee. And you see the white shirt underneath with the Phoenix armor as well. Then you see the arms exposed with the red gi of what would be, our brother Ken Masters with the actual belt that looks like a Japanese kung fu type belt with the gold tips, and then it has the power morpher on it, which is a nice combination. His gloves with the gold trim on the forearm, white on the inside, white on the tips of the fingers, and black gloves. Then on the other side the same way, but with an open splayed hand. Then you see the suit going down as one whole gi or suit, and you see the gold trimmings in the back going down into the thighs there with the gold and red on the legs. And then the boots are the Power Ranger boots with the gold on the top with the red pyramid-like design, and then the all-white going into the boots in the bottom. and then nothing in the bottom. So there it is for the Red Ranger with Ken Masters crossover. So they look really awesome, really unique in design, and they look really good. They stand out. The representation of what it is and supposed to be is really fantastic. So now we'll start off and take a look at the accessories individually. So we'll start off with the Stinging Crane Ranger accessories. And you see that is a beautiful translucent bird-like, phoenix-like effect. Then she has the punching swirl, or you see the indentation there that's form-fitted effect from her hands for her fist. And then we have the swirling tornado style effect that's coming from her foot. Put a foot in there. Then of course she brings an extra set of this, hands, which is basically the open hand for one side on both sides, and then the closed fist for the fisticuffs position, since they are martial artists. And then it brings this kind of matte gray see-through stand so that you can display the character, and you can display the special effects that they come with. So it's really simple but nice nonetheless. Now let's move on and take a look at the Scorching Falcon Ranger. And he has another falcon-like red translucent effect. Looks really, really beautiful. A lot of nice details, as you can see. Then he brings a Hayukin uppercut flame effect in red, candy apple red or Jolly Rancher red, translucent piece also. And then he brings a sweeping high kick effect with for the feet, as you see there, giving you the illusion that he's kicking out fire from his foot, and that is also in a nice translucent red, as you can see, right? And it looks really good, and it has a weight to it too as well. Then he has another set of hands to complete the ones he has, which is 2 fists and 2 open martial arts displayed style hands. And also he brings a stand, as you see right there, in that matte translucent see-through, again for the purposes of displaying what they bring and for the character. So now we'll take a look at their articulation, each and one individually. So we'll start with the Crane Ranger's head. Moves left, moves right. Doesn't really move up. Moves down a little bit. And there's really not much tilt. Go to the arms, they go up all the way like that. 180 degrees. The bicep swivel. You have the double elbow. And you have the twist on the wrist. And in this case, it goes in and out. Now moving in the torso area, he has a really nice circular motion. She can move forward a little bit, backwards a little bit, and she goes left and right, like so. and then you have the bend all the way and the hyperextending back all the way. No twist on the torso, but you do have a bicep swivel, the drop down, drop up leg hinge. You have the double on the knee, boot swivel, and then we have the foot that goes back that much, up that much, and a 4-pin rocker. For movement on the legs, she can kick up substantially and kick back about that much. There is kind of a gap, so you got to keep pushing it up. So as far as articulation is par for the course with the Crane Ranger, but you know, still nice to like point it out for flexibility and posability possibilities, right? Now the Scorching Falcon Ranger, his head moves left, right, down a nice amount, back a little bit, and just a little bit of tilt. The forearm or the shoulder goes up that much, 180 degrees, a double on the elbow, wrist swivel with the hinge that goes forward and backwards, torso, nice, circular motion, goes forward that much, back that much. You got left and right. In the torso area, we have the bendy forward, the bend backwards, and not really a torso or waist swivel. And on the thighs, you got the thigh swivel with the drop down and drop up. Then we got the double on the knee, loose swivel, and then on the foot, it goes back that much, up that much, and a forward pin rocker. As for the legs, again, you can kick up that much, kick back that much, and he does a substantial Van Damme split. So for the articulation, again, par for the course, but a nice amount of range, even though they have some armor and stuff like that. So let's start off next and show them with the accessories. And here we have this ding Crane Ranger, and with all the accessories, and she looks absolutely fantabulous, as you can see, with the special effects Phoenix on the stand, and then the other effects on her body, on her fists, and on her legs, the way it's supposed to be, which looks really, really fantabulous, to be honest with you. Looks really, really good, and you can pose her in any which way you choose to. She looks really, really great, and she stands out really, really good. I don't understand how people can actually have some hate for these figures, as elegant and as cool looking as they look. The whole idea is really, really, really nice. Now let's take a look at the Scorching Falcon with his accessories. And here is the Scorching Red or Falcon Red Ranger. And he looks fantabulous with his special effects and pieces. On the foot with the fire effect on his fist, and then obviously the actual Falcon in red Looks really good. Try to turn them a little bit here, because it's kind of hard. Just so you can see what it looks like from all other angles, right? And have it a little bit twisted like so. There you go. And again, he looks really, really dope. And again, even though it may not be an actual design that was created from the game characters or by the game developers, I think Hasbro and their team have really done a nice job in creating another extended character for that universe within the game, using the Street Fighter and Power Rangers characters, likenesses, and license. And I'm pretty sure they probably asked for advice or ideas and kind of worked together. So I think it looks really great. And I think they did a good job. Let's put them here together, side by side, to get a nice shot of them together, as you can see there. And there you have it. There they go, looking absolutely spectacular next to each other, side by side. So now let's do a quick comparison with others in the line so far, which makes a whole lot of sense. And we'll do a couple more comparisons with some other figures and lines. So here we go, guys. Here is a money shot right here. Here is all the existing Power Rangers and Street Fighter collaborations, starting with the White Ranger and obviously Ryu, Cammy with the Green Ranger, Cam Masters with the Red Ranger, and Chun-Li with the Blue Ranger. And you see they all look really good, and they all stand out as very unique pieces on your shelves, but look really, really fantastic if you ask me, in my own personal and honest opinion. So let's take a look at some more comparisons. Alright guys, and here we have another comparison. We have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Killer Croc, which I never got to review yet. And we have the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Dino Charge Blue Ranger, which I also didn't get to review. But as you can see, they look really cool next to each other. Still really cool looking, lots of beautiful colors, and really stand out next to each other, and what they will look like on your shelf. So let's bring in some other guys in here. We can bring in, just for the sake of the review, right? Let's bring in, let's see, the McFarlane Toys Venom Creeper guy. Is one of the new villains you can collect, that created the Venom. And the Star Wars, Black Slavery, Clone Wars, Rebel. I forgot which Rebel guard or soldiers this is, but he's one of them. And you can see there again the disparities in sizes, and with the different lines and how they look to next to each other, which for the most part they look pretty good, right? You can see. I got it here. Then we can bring in some other figures, like let's see, like the SH Figure Arts Hero Super Saiyan Goku, I believe, which is a little bit smaller, as you can see there. And we can bring in McFarlane Toys, Last Avatar, Last Airbender. I forget the name of the character, but it's his friend. So you can see there how that looks. Again, different scales and different sizes, but still look good next to each other, even though they're part of different, different toy lines, right? So we'll bring in here next let's see, G.I. Joe Classified Series Stalker, which I also haven't reviewed yet. And we can bring in, let's see, let's see, who else can I bring in here? Let's bring in good old Sunman from Masterverse, Rulers of the Sun. Let's bring in Sunman in here. And you can see that Sunman's too tall because he's on his actual, the actual flight stand. So let's do this. Let's take him off the flight stand and just stand them up, posing next to them like so. I'm trying to get his feet to stand, right? There you go, like so, and then we'll put them right there. So here we go. There's Sunman and the G.I. Joe Classified Series Sergeant Stalker. Again, you can see the size differences and disparities in the sizes, but still look really, really awesome next to each other, even though they're from different toy lines. So guys, now I'm going to move on to the final thoughts and what I think about these figures and end of the review. All right guys, and here we have the Sting Ray Green Ranger and the Scorch Falcon Ranger, or Red Ranger, right? Which is Ken Masters and Cammy from Street Fighter. These figures are really unique. It is a nice crossover. They look really nice. They have awesome articulation. They have a really cool representation of both factions and characters. And they're just something that stands out from everything else that you might have on your, on your collection. They may not be for everybody, but absolutely fun figures. So the fact that they're based off a video game and the fact that they're based off a classic, Japanese, I think it was called Geyser type of TV show. I forgot exactly what it's called in Japanese, but martial arts heroes that are very colorful, that look like ninjas and futuristic looking and different costumes. I think it's really cool. I give them a really good thumbs up. I think they're definitely worth owning and having on your collection. So from paint job to price point, might be a little high for some of you, because they are $29.99, I believe, and in some places even $32.99. But again, they come with a nice amount of accessories and flaming parts and translucent parts that are effect pieces that represent what they are, plus a couple of hands. So, and the stand. So the stand goes a long way, I think, as well. So I think you're kind of getting your money's worth. Great paint work as well. Maybe they could be a little bit cheaper if you want to wait on the clearance or a price drop for them. Then that's also understandable. So, but I recommend them. I think you'll really like them. I think you'll enjoy them. So that's it, guys. That's what I think. Those are my thoughts on these two brand new Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Street Fighter, and obviously Power Rangers crossover. So give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't. Share the video with someone you think might like it. As always, leave comments down below about the figures so we can have good figure conversation. Let me know what you think, if you like them, if you don't like them, if you were on the fence, if you like them now that you've seen my overview and review on them, or if you were planning on getting them just waiting on a sale, whatever the case may be. You guys know what I mean. Also, if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and appreciate you for being here. So I hope that just means you'll continue to stop by, especially if you subscribed or gave me a like or a thumbs up, whatever the case may be. I think it goes a long way, so I appreciate it either way. You guys can always find me in any social media platform. The information is all down in the description below. Just like you can also find me on any DMs if you guys would like to donate anything to the channel or have me highlight or showcase anything like this. I will be more than honored and glad and really humbled to do so. It would be an honor to do so. So you can hit me up any of those DMs and we'll work out the particulars. And lastly, if you guys would like to help me out in any way, shape, or form, or my channel, because you like what I do and you want to help me continue to grow, then there is a way you can do it more personally with my PayPal and Patreon information, also down in the description below. Well, remember, it's not obligated. It's only if you want to, if you have the means to, or if you want to do it from the kindness of your heart. So guys, this is your boy He-Man signing off with another episode of Toys in My Closet, and this has been another episode with the brand new Power Rangers Lightning Collection, Street Fighter Power Ranger crossover, Stingray Ranger, and the Scorch Falcon Red Ranger. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.